Hey guys, it's Nazaru Lan, and I wanna ask you, have you ever been at Okinawa? It's an island that is located in southwestern tip of Japan, and we had a school trip to this island. Anyways, I really want to share my experience, what we have been doing there, because we have done a lot of things there. Let's start from the morning of the trip. As you already know, I'm living here alone, so all preparations were like my burden, so I literally took only my backpack with myself. But the problem for me was that it was like a really early morning. We had to gather at the school at 5 a.m. and there were no trains running at that time, so I had to take my backpack, take my bike and go there by myself. It was like really dark at the time, I literally couldn't see my hands and it was like a new experience for me. So after I arrived to the school, everything was going quite smoothly. We got on the bus, we got some even photos from there, but after 5 minutes of happiness of sitting on a bus, our teacher said, "Give me your phones." So there was nothing to do for me and I just got this shot with my classmate and after we were going to Osaka. Everything would be fine. We were going to the Osaka and I was just staring at the window, nothing was bad, but after we were getting out of the bus, the man that was behind me decided to get his breakfast out of him. I wasn't really angry because we spent 4 hours in the bus, so it was really tough. And the faces of the teachers were not really sunny after that. They were just looking at us what we are gonna do with this shit. Anyways, we got on our plane and you know what? I have never seen so much people fighting for the seat next to the window. Of course, I was fighting as well. But after a slap, I was seated in the middle. So after 2 hours of sitting between two big men, I was finally on Okinawa. We were literally falling out of the plane because we were tired, we wanted to sleep. And after our teacher said, "What if we visit some museum right now? It will be so fun." We were like, "Man, are you kidding right now?" But because it was a part of the trip, we had to go there. At first place, it wasn't really interesting to be there, but I'm actually really glad that we visited the museum because we got some knowledges about Okinawa and about its history. But after the guys from the baseball clubs were yelling with big voices, we were asked to leave. Anyways, we got some dinner at the steakhouse. It was really fun. We were talking about different stuff and discussing our trip. After that, we moved to our hotel. I was in a group with a Chinese man and that man was a bit noisy. Anyways, another day was coming and we were going to the beach. But it wasn't an usual beach, it was a beach with attractions, so we had something to have fun with. It was probably the funniest thing of the whole trip because I just can't forget when my classmate was getting on the floating platform and I was just trying to help him, but after he got on the platform I just pushed him back. That angry Japanese face, he was just looking at me with such a mood. So I'm not a really bulking guy or something like that, but when my classmates were climbing on the platform I was just constantly pushing them back into the water. That moment when you're giving someone a hand and when he is on the way you're making a friendly face of helping man and you're pushing him back. It was probably really fun for me but not for them because they were constantly into the water. They were not even able to get on the attractions. So after we spent 3 hours in the water, our teacher said let's go to have some barbecue. And it was a great idea to get some meat into your body after swimming for 3 hours. We get some fire, we got some meat, we were eating, we were having fun. And you know what? Our teacher was okay, guys, I was a really young boy, I was a cool man, so I'm gonna make a flip back right now. But making a flip back was a stupid idea, especially after we have eaten so much. Our teacher is a really funny man, we kinda really like him. He has a really good sense of humor and that flip was something, it was the best thing I have ever seen. He was making a flip and he was falling on the way. So of course he failed it and we just could not laugh there. So after having a big barbecue, our teacher said, "Okay, let's go to the beach once more." This time we were putting out the diving suits and we were going to see some fishes. So we put the gay suits again and we went to see some fishes. It was really funny because, we were not really used to the suits and, the equipment that was put on us. So after watching the fishes after a while, we were getting bored. So we decided to fight under the water. And the man that was taking pictures was looking at us like we are stupid. But anyways, it was really fun and we got some new memories. And in our group there was a guy that was really obsessed with sharks. So he was like coming to our instructor and he was asking, are we gonna see some sharks? And the instructor was just looking at him like with a Japanese face, like, man, what you talking about? He was like constantly looking at the fishes and he was like, it's a shark! I don't know why he's so obsessed with it, but it was like really funny to watch. Anyways, after that we got into the hotel and we were just spending the last hours of the day. Next morning we had like free time, so teacher gave us our phones and we were able to do whatever we want. But we were separated on different groups and it happened that I was in the group with Brazilians. So we had like a personal driver that we were able to ask to go anywhere and he would just like send us there. So I really wanted to see something new that day and I was like asking to send me to the temple. But since the group was of 4 people, not only me, the guys said like, let's go to the beach. And I was like, seriously? We have been at the beach whole day yesterday. Probably we should go somewhere else. But they're like, no, we're gonna go to the beach because we want to see some beach. So while the guys were like touching the water, I was like sitting in the corner because it was really hot. But next time we decided to go to the Kokusaidori. It's like international street, so we could get some like souvenirs and stuff like that. You know, it was like really beautiful there. That place is like so wonderful, so I was just not like paying attention at anyone. I was watching like some anime stuff because there are a lot of them. I have found some t-shirt from Naruto and other anime as well. And I even like found something weird. You even can buy like a school uniform there. Just imagine me in my 40s wearing the suit. Anyways, after walking there for a while, we decided to go to the temple. You know, this temple is like really famous in Okinawa, so we just couldn't go there. You know, there were like a lot of beautiful views and stuff like that. But what is said about this temple, it was like burned down 3 years ago, so we couldn't see the temple itself. We were just like walking around there. And you know, the people in Okinawa were like really friendly. I really became like a good friend with the driver that was sending us anywhere. He even gave me his number if I get some problems. After we visited the temple, we had to return to the hotel because we like had free time until 5 p.m. So we got there, and you know what? The man that was in the beginning of the video decided to like give us some music lessons. So he turned on some like Brazilian songs and he was like singing. Me and the Chinese man were just like looking at him, what you're doing, man? We were just here, you know, existing. But he didn't care, he was just like listening to his songs. The next morning we still had a bit of time before our plane, so we decided to go to the Kokusaidori again, like international street, and we get some like funny photos from there, you know. You know, the man that was really obsessed with sharks, he decided to go to the military shop. He was like looking for some gun, but we were constantly saying him that it's Japan, there is no way you will find it. But he said, just shut up, I'm gonna find it. So it looked like we couldn't really help him, so we decided to go without him. He was so obsessed with his gun, so he was like looking for it, and he was even late on the bus. But anyways, we got on our plane. After we got on our bus, and after we were just like sitting for 3 hours waiting for our bus to our prefecture. And in the bus, we were able to see some like anime. That anime is called Your Name, and our teacher hasn't seen this anime before. And in the end of the anime, he was just like sitting and crying there, you know. I haven't seen anyone crying because of anime that much. Anyways, we were just like sitting and laughing at him, but he said, you can't understand my feelings. So after all, we returned to our prefecture, and you know what happened? I lost my keys from my bike. So I was just sitting and waiting for a train, and I was sleeping there. And after all, I returned home. You know, this trip was like really funny. I have never like experienced something like that. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I hope it was interesting to listen, and I'm sorry that I couldn't like show more. Anyways, it was Nazaru Lan from Okinawa. See ya.